What's up everyone, and how's it going today? Today's video should be a fairly short video because in this video, all we're going to be doing is a simple software update for the Aucar 13.6 inch Tesla style screen that we have installed in Jeep. This update is actually going to be a two-part process because for this update, we actually have to go ahead and upload two different files to the system. So in this video, I'm going to show you guys the steps and process that you need to follow to complete this update. And then once we've got our system updated, we're then going to take a look at the new software to see if it has any new features available and to see if it's fixed any of the bugs and glitches that we've previously experienced. One of the new features I have heard that is now available in this new software is the ability for the screen to now display the off-road pages and vehicle information that the stock head unit used to have available. This is super exciting because I know a lot of you have inquired with me in the past to find out, does this unit show that information? And unfortunately in the past, it has not had the ability. I think there was an issue with the radio syncing with the vehicle and the information just wouldn't come through. But apparently with this new software, they figured it out. So once we get this updated, we can then test it out to confirm if it does in fact work, and if you now have access to the off-road pages and the vehicle information. But before I get into installing the update, I do want to mention that this update is most likely only intended for people who already have this unit installed in their Jeep. If you're purchasing a new unit, most likely the new unit will come with the new software, so you shouldn't have to do this update. But if for some reason, while you're watching this video and you're seeing all the features I'm showing, and you feel like your unit is kind of missing something, then there might be a chance that you actually do have to go ahead and do the update. And speaking of updates, I know a bunch of you have already asked me in the past, how do I know if my system needs to be updated, and how do I get access to the file to do the update? Well, unfortunately, this is where Aucar has fallen short a little bit. I heard on their website they were going to add a section for software updates that you could be able to go through the list and get the files you need. But it seems they have not done that. The only way to get the files is you actually have to contact their customer service, provide them with your software version. I'll actually show you guys where to get that from in the screen. And then once you have that information, you send it to them, and then they can send you the most recent software file for you to install. To me, this isn't the best approach. I think that with a company who's constantly evolving their software and making it better, they should be sending out notifications that new software is available, especially because we purchased this product through their website, so they have our emails. How hard is it for them to put an email out that says, new software is available, click it, download it from here, and follow these steps? It should be that straightforward. Because I feel that Aucar is kind of falling a little short on this, what I'm going to do in this video is I'm actually going to place the links for both the updated files in the description below, so you can simply just click on it and then follow the instructions of this video and update your system. I might get in trouble for doing this, maybe I'm not supposed to, but to be honest, I feel that Aucar is falling short with this, and I just want to make it really easy for you guys to keep your system up to date and enjoy the system that you've installed. So guys, at this point, let's just go ahead and dive into the first step of the updating process. So the first step of the process is to copy the newest software version over to a USB stick. This USB stick needs to be completely blank, and the only file that needs to be on it is the new software version. Once you've got that software version in, all you have to do is install it into the USB port. The system will then automatically take you to this screen, and then all you have to do is press update. You gotta allow the update, press OK, and then let it run. once your system shuts down, you can actually pull out the USB stick. You do want to do this because if you leave it in, it will actually restart the update process again, and you don't need to do that because your system's just been updated. Now that we've got the newest software in here, let's show you guys where you can find your software version number. All you have to do is click Settings, then go to System, then hit Software Version, and it will take you to this page. On this page, it has all the different software versions that are used in this system to make it work. This is typically what I would send the Aucar customer service if you're looking to acquire the most recent up-to-date software version. As I mentioned, this update that we're doing is actually a two-part process. We just completed process number 1, which was updating the software. Now we have to do process number 2, which is going to be to update the Canbus system. What I'm going to have to do is actually head on back upstairs to my computer and install the Canbus software onto my USB stick because I only have one stick at this moment. So we're going to clear this off, put the Canbus one off, and then we're going to come back down to the Jeep to do the next steps. So let's go ahead and go download that file onto this stick. So now that we've got the Canbus update onto the memory stick, now all we have to do is plug it in. So same type of process, just gonna put it into the USB port. For this one, it is not going to automatically start. So we're actually gonna have to go to the home screen. Then we're gonna hit Settings. We're gonna go up to System, and then we're gonna hit Upgrade. When we're in here, we're gonna make sure that it says Plug Box, and then we're gonna hit Simple Upgrade. And you can see that bar right there is doing its thing. So now it's going to reboot it. While it's rebooting, we can pull out the USB stick because we're not going to need that. Now that we've uploaded those two files, this update is pretty much complete because now both the software and the Canbus have both been updated, so the system should be working as designed. So what we're going to do now is just simply go through the system, see if there's any visual differences we might notice. This is the Android Auto page, and everything looks to be the same on this one. I don't notice, no, doesn't look like any differences. Yeah, everything looks the same on this page. If we go to the climate control, this looks exactly the same as well. You have all your features here on display. If we go to home section, this looks the same as well. No differences here. Yep, everything looks the same as what it was before. Let's go to the app section. Maybe there's some new apps in here. No, don't see any new apps. I wonder where the off-road page section is. Possibly, I think it's in the car section because the car section is everything Jeep related, where everything else is more Android. So let's click into here. Yep, we've got off-road section, we've got power flow and car settings. So those two sections are new. It used to just be car settings area. In the off-road area, we've got a bunch of different options down here. Right now we're on drivetrain. We can see steering angle, so it is 0, steering wheel 0. If we turn it, it does change, so that's interactive. That's cool, and you can see the images on the wheels changing. We are currently in 4-wheel drive high, and we do have the sway bar disconnected. I've done that because I want to play with the pitch and roll when we get to that. Yeah, you got latitude, longitude, you got all that information. Let's go to the gauge section. In the gauge section, looks like we've got gauges that are actually reading stuff. So we've got coolant temp, oil pressure, trans temp, battery voltage, and air intake temperature. So let's put a little bit of gas in, see if these are react. Looks like the oil pressure is reacting right now. It's climbing, so that's interesting. So it does have some reaction in PSI. yeah, so that's probably cool. If you're using it, I'm sure those temperatures will go up and down. Let's go into pitch and roll. So this looks good, but there's something going on with the roll. I've currently got my pitch and roll on my dash, and both are reading 0. So that's right, and that's right. So that's strange, or that's not right. Sorry, that's -10, which makes no sense. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna simply use the AccuAir buttons and change some of our pitch and roll to see if that changes and matches what shows up on our dash. So the first thing we're gonna do is let's go front all the way up and back all the way down. So that doesn't look right. So that is, our roll didn't change, but our pitch changed to -7. It also is saying that the front is lower, but the front is actually higher. So that's strange. And on our dash, we are seeing 3 degrees. So that doesn't make sense. Yeah, not sure on that. Let's bring the back all the way up. So this should bring us back to 0. But if anything, we just went to -9. I am on 1 degree on the stock one. If we bring the front down, should change it more. We're now going, it's now -10. I mean, -11. Technically, that's probably closer, right? Some reason our roll changed, but I'm reading 10 degrees on, or 2 degrees on the factory one. So still not right. Let's go back up to 2 to level out. So that should be leveled out. We are at 0 and 1 on the factory gauges, but we're at -10. So it's like it's stuck on something there. And then for fun, let's also just, let's drop the sides because we've got the sway bars disconnected. So this is where we should see the roll changing a little bit. Oh, we are seeing a little bit of a change there, but it's -5. So let's pump up the sides a little bit more. So we've now got that to -1, which almost is technically level, but we are actually at a 9-degree roll on our factory ones. So definitely something is not right there. So if we drop the other side now, should level us out. I mean, I think the roll is actually working because that went back to -10. So it's like -10 into 0 for some reason. I'm not sure exactly how that works. And we are at 0 on the factory one, or 1. And if I bring this side up again, it is changing, you know, from side to side. We're only at a 3, and that's 3. So it's like, for some reason, this gauge is stuck on -10 as 0. But if you figure that out, it works. The front one is definitely stuck. It's not changing at all. So if I go back to 2, it's not changing at all. It's like it just went one way and stayed there forever. Where this one is actually going back and forth, but it is 0. So -10 is 0 on this dash, and when I change it, it does change. So very interesting there. Next, so definitely wonky a little bit there. This is stuck. That's not changing at all. Let's look at the dashboard. So the dashboard, we've got our miles per hour and RPMs. If we rev the Jeep a little bit, we do see the RPMs change. So let's try and go for 1500. Yeah, we're about the same. So that's matching. That's pretty good. Dyno engine section. Not sure what this is. Got your torque, PSI, power. I mean, if I rev the vehicle again, we do get, you know, some changing here. I guess torque is changing, and you get your power. So you got some information there. Not sure what we use that page for. We're on park, so it does say that. Then we got G-force. I mean, something about that doesn't seem right. I don't know why that dot didn't stay in the middle. I think your dot should be in the middle and then G-force return. It feels like something's a little off on the G-force there. So something there. So it's a little wonky in respect. In the power section, this looks like it's for a 4xe. So if you had a 4xe, this is probably where you would have your information about the 4xe. I'm assuming they've got this functioning on a 4xe. I can't tell you because this is not a 4xe. Car section. So you've got all your features that you have in the factory settings here. One thing I think I have to check. Yeah, I definitely have to go and adjust some of my features again because we have done a system update. So for example, volume, I need to turn that back up to the max because that will give me, the dial will actually be set right. Let's put a little bass into it. This just gets everything set to normal so you get good audio like your system is designed. Yeah, everything else looks fine. Yeah. So let's see if there's anything else in here that they fixed. So one of my major glitches I have has to do with Android Auto. So if we go to Android Auto, what I have an issue is when I turn my lights on, the screen size will change. Let's see if they fixed that or not. No, it looks like that glitch still exists. You can see how the screen has kind of reduced. Unfortunately, the only way to kind of clear this is you go here and then you go clear all, and it will reboot Android Auto and it will be fixed in the correct resolution. Small glitch that still exists, but maybe it's something to do with the Android Auto platform. Other than that, guys, it looks like it's pretty smooth. It's really cool that they now have those off-road features. So guys, as you can see, we just completed the software update for the Aucar 13.6 inch Tesla style screen for the Jeep JL and JT. The latest software update is definitely a step forward in the right direction. There is an issue with it, so it's not perfect, but it shows that the brand is trying to evolve their system and their software to make it better and more suited for this off-road community. Overall, the screen now displays the gauge systems that we want. It has, some additional gauges that aren't displayed on the dash. You have your oil temperature, your trans temperature, your oil pressure. All the information you want to know while you're off-roading is now displayed on the screen. It does have a display option that shows you your steering angles, your drivetrain selection, whether you're in two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive. It has the ability to show you if your lockers are engaged and if your sway bar is disconnected or connected. The one thing that is still struggling on those pages is the pitch and roll. As you saw, the pitch and roll just seems a little messed up. With the pitch, when you go a certain angle, it just keeps going and then it just stops and never comes back. With the roll, it did seem to be working. It was reacting to the vehicle, but 0 was actually -10 on their display. So that was a little weird. Not sure, again, guys, whether that is just a configuration issue. Maybe when I post this video and share it with Aucar, they'll give me a solution to configure it correctly. And if they do give me a solution, what I'll do is make sure to update you guys so that if you run into that issue, you'll be able to set your system up correctly so that everything is functioning just right. There is a possibility that it could be a software issue still, and it might have to be updated in a new software upgrade. Well, luckily, we know Aucar is continuously doing the research to make their system better. So I'm sure if it is a software issue, they'll simply correct it in the next update. Overall, guys, I've had this screen for about 2 years, and I have to say I am still as happy as I was on day one. I love the display. I love the size of it. It is the perfect solution for looking at waves while you're driving, especially on long trips. I actually had the opportunity to switch to a Stinger 10-inch screen or 12-inch screen, whatever that is, and I just couldn't pull the trigger. I love the size of the Tesla one. I think the Tesla style is the modern screen that needs to be in the Jeep. They should have done this in the 2024 models instead of the horizontal 12-inch. I think they should have done this. I don't know why they went with that horizontal one. You can get that screen. This is the way it should have been. Everybody who sees this is definitely in love with it. And the fact that they now figured out how to include some of the vehicle information in it just made it a little bit better. So guys, if you have any questions or comments about anything I've shown in this video, feel free to post it below and I'll do the best to answer it. If you are doing this update for yourself, again, I'm putting the links below for the updates that you can download, and then just follow this video and you'll simply be able to do the steps. Yeah, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to go check out the Aucar 13.6 inch Tesla style screen. I'll put a link for that below as well, because it might be the next upgrade that you want to add to your Jeep. As usual, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Keep evolving, and we'll see you guys on the next video.